Stunning new obsidian armour and an exclusive combat training area are just two of the rewards Mod Goya reveals as we look at the finale to the Tsar quest series. First though, how about a quick recap?
This quest, obviously the Brink of Extinction, is a continuation of the Elder Kiln. One of the main story elements of that quest was that the Tsar, which is this sort of subterranean race, their offspring are not being born as sort of fully formed Tsar, and instead they're being born as Gar, which is a kind of undeveloped Tsar. And so they experimented in the first quest with taking the remains of their ancestors and fusing them with the Gar to try and create a way around this problem. It didn't really work out exactly as they'd hoped. So that was one of the main story threads we wanted to return to and resolve with this quest. We have the Tsar, which is this warrior race, and the Gar, and the two don't really have a very harmonious relationship, and the Tsar don't really look very kindly on the Gar, they kind of just throw them in the fight pits. We wanted to kind of try and resolve that and bring things to a more kind of stable place with those two races. And also look at the Tok'ar who were introduced in that first quest, maybe reveal a bit more about them, their motivations and what it is that they're up to as well. The main characters that we have in the quest are those that were introduced in the Elder Kiln. We have Tok'ar Hawk, who features in the Fight Kiln content, and he takes a surprising role in this quest, which I think is, for me, like one of the main appeals of it from a story point of view. And we have Garl's Ox, who was a character created in the Elder Kiln quest. He came into being in that quest, and again, he takes quite a kind of key role in this. Probably my favourite character, because he's very interesting, he's got a lot going on, he's got his own kind of agenda, which is quite different from that of the other characters. So it's mostly established characters, but we take them in, I think, new directions with this quest, and we break new ground with them, so it's quite exciting. It's a members quest, Grandmaster level, so players are going to need a high level mining, smithing and defence to take the quest. So I think if they've got those skills kind of already high, it's a good reason to push them up a little more, aim for the 80 mark, and then you can play the quest. The idea was that we wanted to offer players a challenging, mostly combat-oriented quest. Obviously that's the sort of tradition of the Tsar quest, they're mostly combat-focused. This has other elements to it, there are puzzle mechanics as well, but the focus is on that kind of diverse, high-level combat challenge. The first we've released since the evolution of combat. So the idea is that players are going to have to use a lot of the different features in that combat system to really succeed in the fights and take quite a strategic approach to the combat. And that's in addition to obviously resolving that story, bring things to a natural close there, and for those players who've committed and engaged in that story, we give them a sort of satisfying narrative conclusion. So the main quest reward is obsidian armour. Players are going to be able to smith their own obsidian armour once they've completed the quest. The armour is really cool. It's sort of this Tsar-themed obsidian armour set. It's got this kind of great sort of obsidian-y, metallic-y kind of sheen to it, little lava-y kind of highlights in there, sort of reflecting the theme of the Tsar, but looking appropriate for the player character avatar as well. We've got one for each basic combat class, so if you're a ranger, a melee fighter, or a mage, there's one to suit your basic combat style and your approach to combat. One of the other main draws is going to be the Fight Cauldron, which is a combat mini-game you get to access once you've completed the quest. So once you've done it, you've got that whole other repeatable piece of content you can go back to again and again, use your obsidian armour, all that new combat stuff, and use the new combat system there really effectively, really fully. So Elder Kiln's a great quest, but I think I dare say this is probably an improvement on that in terms of gameplay, in terms of story, in terms of characterization. Really exciting bit of content. Really strong ending in particular. I'm a big fan of the ending. And the way that's resolved, it's a really satisfying sort of narrative payoff. So I think it offers a lot of combat, there's the puzzles, there's the great rewards, and there's a great story. So I think it's the complete package, really.
Next week, player-owned ports. Yes, player-owned ports.